Well, hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, Blooper Reel number 15. Well, I don't know what's more unbelievable, the fact that we have been able to produce 15 blooper reels, or the fact that I've actually messed up enough to produce that much content. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we are here again. It's where we step back away from the work, away from the rants, away from the tool reviews, and we kind of take a look at behind the scenes and all the mess ups during filming. So without further ado, Blooper Reel 15. We're going to bring you part 2 today. You guys have got some great work and enough of me. Let's start this whole thing over. I have stated so many times here on the show where I love it when you guys... Let's start over. I have stated so many times here on the show that I love it when you guys take a project that I present to you and make it your own. And I forget the gentleman's name. Darn. It may not be as fragile, a little more playable, a little more appeasing to the eye, whatever, or appealing to the... Oh, crap, let's start over. To make it playable without having it get broken, so... Did the light just turn on? Okay, starting over. I showed you how to make a tic-tac-toe board travel thing. Huh? Well, a huge part of doing this show and a huge sense of satisfaction for me is my interaction. It's cold out here this morning. Is that heat up yet? Well, the stove's going, fan's going. It's gonna be warm here soon. Okay, start over. Well, a huge part, and I have received a ton of photos of you guys making those toys. And honestly, I forgot the name. You don't need the resin. You don't have to have the resin. That was just an extra on my part. Let's start this off where I'm not burping every 2 seconds. Bubbles in my water. Well, it's not all about stuff. Change. I love it. I love how solid this piece looks. It's absolutely amazing. I gotta start this clip over. Can't remember. They are 1 inch in diameter. Let me just check that. I designed it. No. Wheels are 1/4 of an inch in diameter. They're all... What? Let's start this over. And with our pattern attached... and with our pattern attached and the 9/32 to finish off this cover, I have cut a little template, and this... Of course. And now that you have the excuse me. Okay. And now with the cab dry, old soldering station, I like to keep my soldering station at 350. Let's do this so I'm not making so much noise. Oops. Vacations were captured on these. Digital, or they're not digital. Cocktails or a couple of coffees and watch the family. Let's start this over. We made this hole here 1.25 inches by 1.25 inches. Maybe make it 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. It is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Okay, hang on. for the your camera up. Make sure your lens is clean. Should have done that before. I'm not gonna cut it just yet until I get our now playing cut out. This is going to be our front piece. Excuse me. And when you're 5 degrees, for me, what I want to do here is I want to use my miter sled stand to hold your record jacket while you're goofing around. Let's take this over. You're cooking on an open fire, you got a tendency to burn some stuff sometimes, and these scrapers are the way to go. They are, you know. Well, hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, darn email. Oh no! Yet another woodworking video. Where's my remote? I lost my remote. How can I lose it? I always put it in one pot. Yeah, wrong pants. On your magnet, and we're going to tie a knot. Now I'm gonna, you know what, let's start this over. Pull this off. Maybe. There we go. I'm gonna tell you. There we go. Finally. Already marked your scrap areas or your waste areas. So you can just place, oh, my blade's a little loose. Let me start this clip over. See how we made out. Which way does this go? There we go. Dry, we do have that little piece that's left over in there. And I'm just going to stop this clip and clamp this in place because I forgot to clamp it. So one moment. Tutorial on how to set up and do through dovetails with the D4R Pro. Dovetails on the D4R Pro jig from Lee. And that's what we're gonna do. No. Well, quite some time ago on the show, I did a tutorial for Lee's. Even though it's just a demonstration, let's assume that it's a box. So you need to decide starter.
Oops.
Stop on the left side of our jig and tight up to our fingerboard, and we will tighten this down. Now, it's been a while since I used this, so let's take this clip over. Or ends first, and this will be for our half pins. Now, for the half pin, of course it's a half pin. What else would it be? So you want to place one of your fingers here, just like that, one of your spacers. So you want to place one of your spacers.
Yeah.
Well, I've sure of our deflector, and the width of my actual rad vent. So you just want to get in there with a putty knife, or you can just give it a gentle twist. Eventually it will let go. But as I said, don't be surprised about how tightly it holds, because it really does get it to get a really good seal on there. There we go, she's coming there now. There you go. Just like that. Simple, right?
No.
This, I think, I'm just looking at this. I'm not sure exactly how it is that I want to get them attached. Let's figure that out and then come back and talk about it.
Oops.
So with that done, what I have center of the thickness of our plywood, we're going to drill a 3/4 with the indexing. And on the side of the lathe here, you can see that we have this. Let's get rid of this wedding band. That does absolutely no good whatsoever. Let's try this. Lower this. This is probably going to put my hands in the way. That when I uncoiled my blade, I uncoiled it so that the blade is upside down. So it's not cutting right because my blade is improperly installed. And there you go. There is... Give me that back. Who knew it was magnetic? Huh. Okay. And there you have it. Blooper Reel 15. Guys, this show is an absolute blast to produce. It's a load of fun. Not only do I get to do what I love to do, which is work with wood and of course talk, I also get one heck of a great interaction with all of you. It is a load of fun. It always is. It's always a great experience. We get a few bad apples that step in once in a while and make a few weird or nasty comments. But you know what? That doesn't stop us from having a good time. Let the haters hate and we will carry on doing what we do, which is having a great time and enjoying this hobby of woodworking that we all love so much. So guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you've had a good laugh. If you haven't already, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Click the bell and then you won't miss the notifications of future episodes of the show. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. As I said, I hope you've had a good laugh. I hope you had a good chuckle. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And as always, I hope you're going to join me again next week when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesday.